Hello, everyone. So here we are with Garima, and we are about to do a family constellation online. So Garima, welcome.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi. So tell me, what is it that you want to work on? What is the issue that you want to work on?
Okay, so these days I am experiencing extreme highs and lows
Mm-hmm,
in terms of my mood.
mm-hmm.
So it is very difficult to find the balance which is there.
Right. Okay. Okay. So there is one part of you which is high and the other part of you which is low.
Yes,
Tell a
so
little bit about what happens when the high happens and what happens when the low happens.
okay. In the high condition, I'm extremely happy. Okay, I want to reach out to maximum people, talk
Mm,
to people,
mm,
help people out in whichever way I can.
mhm,
And then suddenly I get exhausted.
mhm.
I feel like all of the energy has been drained out.
Right.
And then comes my low, wherein I just want to get lost in the oblivion, wherein nobody can see me, nobody should talk to me,
Mm.
and I feel absolutely worthless then.
Okay, okay, okay. So how we are going to do the constellation is we will take two elements, one to represent the high and the other to represent the low. And we will see what is required to bring the balance, number one. And number two, why is that high and low happening? Okay. So in order to do that, I will have to tilt my camera in a way where you can face the elements. So I use these triangular elements.
Okay.
This is a classical form of constellation where you as the client are the you are the person who is going to channel it. But before that, let me just change the spotlight of this video. Okay, just
Sure.
give me a moment. One moment. Yeah. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. I need to put here as the spotlight so that yeah. Can you see it, Garima?
Yes, I can see it, Gaurav.
Okay. 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 One second. Okay. You can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Fine. So it took a little bit of time. So out of all of these, now tell me um, which one should represent the high?
mm, can you pick up the brightest of yellow, which is just beside the green?
This one?
The other one.
This one?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Where do you want me to place it?
uh, right before the purple one. हाँ, अभी जहाँ पे आपका हाथ है वहाँ उसी लाइन में जहाँ पे पर्पल है, या yep.
Okay, okay, okay. And this is the high. And which
Right.
one do you want me to pick up as the low part of you?
um Perhaps the purple one, जहाँ से आपने येलो उठाया था उसके साइड में जो पर्पल है.
ये वाला कि ये वाला?
This one, the current one, yes.
Okay, okay. And where do you want me to place it?
uh Facing the yellow one.
Is here towards the wall or towards the screen?
uh Rather on the right side of the yellow one.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going to empty these And I want you to take a slow, deep, long breath and breathe into the center of your body. And we both allow ourselves to become empty channels in order to allow whatever information or wisdom that comes through in this constellation. We place our respect to the field, and whatever the field has to represent, whatever the field has to bring up, we allow it to come up in the field. Okay, so you open your eyes and be present in the constellation. I'll quickly remove these. Okay, so I'm going to place my pen on the high. So you take a moment to be in this position. Okay, and you get an impression, which way is it looking at? Is it looking towards the wall, towards the screen, towards the blue element, or towards towards me?
It's looking towards the bottle.
It's looking towards the bottle.
Yes.
Does that mean it's looking through the blue element to the bottle, or is it just looking towards the bottle?
So the blue element is at the corner of the eye.
Ah, at the corner of the eye. Okay, okay. So be here, you're looking towards that direction. Get an impression. What is your first feeling, first impression?
I'm getting a sinking feeling in the heart.
I'm getting a sinking feeling in the heart. Okay, okay, okay. And what kind of emotion is this? The sinking feeling in the heart. What is this emotion?
Um, it's more like, I'm feeling like crying,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I want to hold someone and cry.
I want to hold someone and cry. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm feeling like crying. I have a sinking feeling in my heart. I want to hold someone and cry. Okay, for a moment, get an impression. Are you aware of this blue element or are you not aware?
I am aware it is in the corner of my eye.
And how do you feel about it?
I know it exists.
Okay. Sinking feeling, I want to hold and I want to cry. Okay. That is what the high part is saying. Okay. Allow yourself to let go of all those positions and those emotions
Hmm.
and slowly come here in the blue one
Hmm.
and get an impression which way is the blue looking at.
The blue is looking at the yellow part.
Okay, so this is supposed to be the low part. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so get an impression what's happening while you are here. As you become the blue, what happens?
Uh, Feeling very grounded and rooted.
Feeling very grounded and rooted. Yeah.
And I can see yellow being in this emotional condition wherein
Hmm.
yellow is crying.
Hmm.
I
Right.
just want to look at it from a distance.
Okay. How do you feel looking at it from a distance, feeling grounded and crying?
I feel very calm,
I feel
as
very
if
calm.
role do. It's all right.
Hmm. Hmm. So here we see that the high part says that it has a sinking feeling in the heart and it wants to hold someone and cry. And the blue part, which is the low part, feels grounded, feels as if it can look at the yellow part and allow it to cry,
Yes.
right? Okay, fine. Get an impression. Does either of them want to move? If they don't want to, that's fine.
uh, Yellow wants to turn away and face its back towards the bottle.
Okay, turn away. So yellow has turned away and face its back to the bottle, and it's looking this way. Okay,
Yes.
so be present in that experience. Blue is looking at yellow, yellow is looking this way and turning its back to the bottle. Okay, so be in the yellow one and get an impression what truly happens when you turn your back.
Uh, Nobody sees my emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sees that I am weak.
Mm.
I am
Okay.
vulnerable,
Mm. Oh,
and nobody can harm me like that.
nobody can see me weak. Nobody can know that I'm vulnerable. Nobody can harm me like that. Okay. Okay. So be there and get an impression. What is this? You don't have to define it, but just get an impression. What is this? This high part, which feels so sad deep inside. And in truth, it feels vulnerable. In truth, it feels weak. And it doesn't want anyone to see.
I feel this is the younger me.
Hmm. This is the younger me. Okay. Okay. So you only have to get an impression that as you step into this role, as you allow yourself to become young, how young might you be?
I think uh, I think 3 to 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And whatever this young part is going through, whatever this young part is feeling, and the kind of events it is going through, I'm going to bring those unacknowledged and unknown feelings. You may also know them, but let me just put them in the constellation. And I am putting it right here, putting it right here. Okay. So that if it is looking towards this, then at least it can look at it. Okay. So for a moment, let go of all other positions and allow yourself to be present in this one. Okay.
Okay.
And get an impression, what feelings are this? What experience is this? What has truly happened?
Uh, One memory is coming very prominently to me right now,
Mm,
wherein I was sitting quietly on the stairs near
mm,
my house,
right.
and I was having food.
Mm,
There was a celebration going on
right.
inside the house, and
Okay.
I am sitting by my side,
Mm,
by and having enjoying my food,
mm,
wherein an aunt of mine
mm,
comes in, take a bite
mm,
uh, from my plate,
right.
and I protest that I don't want to share my plate or my food.
Mm, mm,
And then she taunts me that, uh, look at her mannerisms. She doesn't even share her food.
right. 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 Okay. 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 So if this is the aunt, okay,
Hmm.
hmm, how do you feel looking at her?
I feel angry
Hmm.
for messing up my plate and my food. I was eating very tidily, very neatly. And
Right. Right. What is it about tidiness, neatness?
uh, I think otherwise, it gets very unhygienic, very unclean.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. We will perhaps get to there because there is an important point there. But can you look at the aunt and say, I am angry you did this to me?
uh, I I'm a bit scared while saying that.
Yeah, it's visible. It's quite visible. So what do you need? What is it that you need to be able to say that?
uh, I'm scared if I say that then my father is going to be really upset.
Hmm.
He would not like it.
Okay. 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 Hmm. Fine. So get an impression that when you are the blue and you're looking at this, how do you feel?
I feel angry too.
I feel sorry.
So being blue also, I'm feeling angry.
Being blue, also, I'm feeling angry. So step into the blue and see where in the body is your anger.
I'm feeling strain around my stomach only.
Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Right. So, blue, what do you want to do? Where do you want to move?
I want to stop this. I want to intervene.
So, can you come here and stand with the yellow?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And see how does that feel?
Oh, yes, it feels right.
Check as in yellow. How does it feel to have blue by your side?
I think uh, I'm gaining strength. I'm feeling like I can speak, and it's a very I'm feeling very safe and secure, and I can say things now.
Get an impression as yellow before you say anything that who is this? Who does this feel like? Go by your intuition. Is this you, Garima, or is this father?
The blue one,
Hmm?
it feels like father.
Okay, okay, okay. So allow him to be present. Can you once look at him and say that I'm scared that you might be upset?
I'm scared that you might be upset.
That is why I do not say.
That is why I do not say.
How do you feel when you say that?
My stomach is relaxing a bit, but I'm still feeling like crying.
Right, right. So can you have the impression that you are slowly leaning on your father's shoulder and see what does the blue one, your father, has got to say the moment you lean on him and you are supported by him. Does he support?
No,
Hmm. What does he say?
he's standing still.
He's standing still.
Hmm.
So can you for a moment lean on him and say, what would you have called him? Papa or dad, what would you have called him?
Papa, Papa.
Okay, okay. Can you lean on him and say, Papa, please? Say it out aloud. I know it's going to be difficult, but say it, Papa, please.
Papa, please.
I need your support.
I need your support.
Papa, please, I want to be true to my emotions.
Papa, please. I need to be true to my emotions.
Papa, please, I want to be myself.
Papa, please. I want to be myself.
I want your love.
I want your love.
I want you to protect me.
I want you to protect me.
Okay, stay with that. Stay with that energy. Simply stay with the energy. And see what happens in your body. Rely totally on your body.
I think the knot has just tightened more,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
not in the stomach.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to place my pen on father,
Hmm.
and I'm going to say that I'm calm, I'm grounded, I like order, but I'm also with you. And tell me, does that feel right?
I'm not sure about the last part wherein it says I'm with you.
Mm.
Rest seems good to go.
Okay, okay, okay. So get an impression, even though father is standing here and he's being there and you're leaning on him, which way is he looking at?
He's not looking at me.
Which way is
He's
he looking at?
he's just looking from above. He's just looking away. मेरे सिर के ऊपर से आगे को देख रहे हैं.
Huh, so which way? Show me the way. Is it
Uh,
towards the bottle? Is it towards here, me? Which way is this?
it's towards the laptop screen.
Towards the screen, right? Okay.
Yes.
So whoever he is looking at, I'm going to place that. Okay. He's clearly looking at something. Let us place it. Okay. He's looking at this.
Hmm.
Okay. So let go of all emotions and become this now. Become the green one. And see what feelings come exactly. What impressions come.
I'm feeling like an elderly,
Mhm.
angry, disappointed woman.
And who is that?
I think it's my grandmother.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So get an impression. If it's your grandmother, how does she feel about her son?
Uh, she's feeling very insecure.
Because
Uh, because she doesn't want to be left alone again.
hmm. And who was she left alone by? Because you've said again.
Uh, so to begin with, uh, the parents, then uh, then the husband died,
Hmm.
and then the stepchildren also left when
Okay.
when she
Okay.
was sick.
Okay. Okay. And she was the first wife of her husband, or she was the second wife of her
She
husband?
was the second wife of the
Okay.
husband.
Okay. Okay. And this is her son. Hmm.
Yes,
So just look at your son. Just be here and look at your son and say, I am scared.
I am scared.
I am insecure.
I am insecure.
Everyone left me,
Everyone left me,
and I'm scared
and I'm scared
that you will leave me too.
that you will leave me to.
I depend on you.
I depend on you.
Does that feel right?
Yes.
What happens when son hears it? This is your father and he is looking at his mother. What happens when son hears it?
He feels responsible.
Can you, as the son, tell, Mother, I'm responsible for your grief.
Mother, I'm responsible for your grief.
I only look at you.
I only look at you.
I do not look elsewhere.
I don't look elsewhere.
Mother, I'm loyal to you.
Mother, I'm loyal to you.
How does that feel?
Just right.
And father has been loyal to her, right?
Yes.
And that is why he is not able to be available for his daughter.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to bring her husband next to her. Okay.
Hmm.
Although there is another woman here, okay,
Hmm.
but I'm still bringing her husband here.
Hmm.
And get an impression, how does it feel the moment husband walks in? This is grandfather.
Yes. She feels a bit relaxed.
Mm.
Um, Insecurities are also going, but they are not gone completely.
Hmm. So I'm going to also get um, the first wife here, okay? Because the order has to be like this. This is husband, this is first wife, this is second wife,
Yes.
okay? And then perhaps there are children here. Hmm. So get an impression what happens.
Uh, I think she's okay with the presence of both,
Hmm.
but there is this there is this slight insecurity, and still there is some anger.
Hmm. Towards?
Perhaps towards her fate. She's
Hmm.
angry at her fate.
Right, 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 right. Hmm. So can you be her and look towards your husband and say that you left
You left
early.
early.
I had to live through this fate.
I had to live through this fate.
I hold you responsible.
I hold you responsible.
How does that feel?
Uh, I think it was not his responsibility because he was very old when he lived.
Hmm.
There
Hmm.
was a huge age gap.
Right, right, right.
But I
Hmm.
think she's upset at her
Yeah,
own family
okay.
who got her married.
Hmm. Okay. So let us bring her own family here. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's bring her own family here. Her family of origin, you mean her parents, right?
Her parents died when she was very young. It
Hmm.
was the maternal uncle and aunt who were
I see. Maternal uncle and aunt. Hmm.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm simply bringing her parents here and I want her to have a look at her parents, right? I
Right.
want her to have a look at her parents and I want her parents to look at her
Hmm. Hmm.
and her parents to look at her and convey to her that she belongs.
Hmm.
And maybe both the parents can say that we are sorry we left early. It must have been difficult, but we are your parents. And you are our daughter. You will always remain our daughter. What happens as a result of that?
I think she's getting a bit calmer than before.
Let the husband tell the wife now that you are my second wife. Somewhere I may have been wrong. Of course, there was age difference between us. We may not have been equal. But here, as husband and wife, we are equal. You two belong. You are included. What happens then?
She's completely relaxed now.
Hmm. Can she now look at her son and see what happens in this when her parents are present, when her husband is present, when her family is present? What happens when she looks at her son?
She can let it loose now. She can let him loose.
So can she tell the son? Can you say aloud that, dear son,
Dear son,
I put my responsibilities on you.
can you repeat that for me?
Dear son, I put my responsibilities on you.
Dear son, I put my responsibilities on you.
I expected more out of you,
I expected more out of you,
more than a son.
more than a son.
I take back all those expectations.
I take back all those expectations.
I take back my own fate from you.
I take back my own fate from you.
You are my child.
You are my child.
I'm your mother.
I am your mother.
I will give.
I will give.
You will receive.
You will receive.
You now go ahead and live your own fate.
You now go on and live your own fate.
See, how does that feel? What change does that bring to you? As the mother of this son.
I think all the tension in the body has relaxed,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's like ready to take on whatever comes now.
As the son, which who happens to be your father, can you now look at mother
Hmm.
and say,
Hmm.
Mother, I am your child.
Mother, I'm your child.
For the longest time,
For the longest time,
I have carried your fate.
I've carried your fate.
I still love you,
I still love you,
respect you.
respect you.
However,
However,
I leave your fate to you.
I leave your fate to you.
I go back to being your son and son only.
I go back to being your son and your son only.
And I go back to my family
And I go back to my family
and my daughter as her father.
and my daughter as her father.
So see what happens when you say that.
Somewhere he's still so the body has relaxed.
Mm,
He was very, like, the body was very stern and stiff before.
mm,
It has relaxed a lot.
mm.
but somewhere at the back of the mind, he's still keeping an eye on the mother in case she needs it.
Mm, mm. So be the mother once again and say, "This is my fate.
This is my fate.
It is mine and mine only.
This is mine and mine only.
Please leave it to me.
Please give it to me.
I belong here.
I belong here.
You belong there."
You belong there.
See what happens then.
Now the body is completely relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can he now stand next to you and can you feel his support?
Yes, it's slightly better. Now he can hold my, like he can hold me from the side by my
Okay.
shoulder.
So feel his hold, lean on him and tell him, "Father,
Father,
in moments of deep sadness,
in moments of deep sadness,
I have held on to you.
I have held on to you.
I've tried to be the best child,
I've tried to be the best child,
just like you have tried to be."
just like you have tried to be.
How does that feel?
Right.
Can you now get an impression what did tidiness, what did order, what did non-messiness mean?
So both my dadi and my father were very particular about uh, the cleanliness and the tidiness of things. Even the
Hmm.
way the vegetables were being cut, they were always cut in a symmetry.
Right.
That's the way I have been taught. This is how
Yeah,
you cut the vegetables and
absolutely.
place things.
Hmm. Right. Right. If you look at this line, look at father and look at dadi, if you look at this line, what is it about this order? The symmetry, order.
Honestly, अभी मुझे ये order में लग नहीं रहा है.
Hmm.
There is, it's not in the straight line.
Right, right, right. So what does it, how, I mean, how do you feel about that then?
It's okay. I mean, uh, though it is not in a particular line and order,
Hmm.
but it is looking very uh, it is giving that element of design. It is adding beauty to it,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
and it looks very cozy, I think, especially the last part wherein dadi and her ancestors are there.
Hmm.
It looks a very close and a cozy
Hmm.
space.
Hmm. So can you tell your father that, "Papa, I love you,
Papa, I love you,
and I simply need your support
and I simply need your support
in order to face the world.
in order to face the world.
I don't have to
I don't have to
keep moving between
keep moving between
highs and lows,
highs and lows,
sometimes to prove myself to you,
sometimes to prove myself to you,
and sometimes feeling worthless.
and sometimes feeling worthless.
I understand
I understand.
some of those feelings are yours.
Can you repeat that?
I understand some of those feelings are yours.
I understand some of those feelings are yours.
And which are those feelings that are his?
That I'm not done enough.
Exactly. And can you say that I honor your fate, Papa,
I honor your fate, Papa.
and I leave whatever I have carried forward on your behalf
and I leave whatever I have carried forward on your behalf.
I leave that to you.
I leave that to you.
And I go back to living my life fully.
And I go back to living my life fully.
Do you now have the strength and the courage to speak to this element?
Yes.
Before you do, see, how does father feel?
I think he's very supportive.
So tell, you have my love and support.
You have my love and support.
I want you to live a full, bright, courageous life.
I want you to live full, bright, courageous life.
From here on,
From here on,
you have all the energy and the highness
you have all the energy
and the highness
and the highness
that you need to live this life.
that you need to live this life.
You are my daughter.
You are my daughter.
I am your father.
I am your father.
I will give
I will give.
and you will receive.
You will receive.
See what effect it has.
So, the receiving part,
Mm,
I think all throughout, I have always felt receiving as a burden
mm. Yeah.
because it always felt that it's not rightful.
Right, because father's receiving was difficult because what he received was a burden from his mother. Parents, when they expect out of children to take care of them, it leads to parentification of the child, right? And that's exactly what you may have felt as well.
Hmm, hmm. Right, correct.
But now standing here, and if I put him simply behind you,
Huh.
would you be willing to receive and face the world?
Yes.
So be in this position and see what happens. What happens when he's standing behind you and you allow yourself to receive.
I think I feel stronger
Mm.
and I feel calmer,
Okay, okay.
and all the knots in the stomach are gone now.
So do we need this here? Where does it want to move now?
Uh, this element can stay or go, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Okay, great. It doesn't matter. Fine. You check your own energy.
yeah.
Do you realize why there was high and low, what high and low represented, and why was it required?
So I think high was
A
just a
way,
mask.
high was a way of
Hmm.
compensating, and it was, of course, a cover
Yeah, it
to
was a mask.
to performance. And
Exactly.
yeah, the low is, of course, the loyalty to your father. Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah.
the high was basically perhaps that, if I give out more, then I'm proving my worthiness and I'm
Mm,
doing something. And
right, right. Absolutely, absolutely.
hmm,
For a moment, can you look at your grandmother
yes,
and say, "Grandmother, I see you.
grandmother, I see you.
I know how you may have felt,
I know how you may have felt,
left alone,
left alone,
finding it difficult to go solo,
finding it difficult to go solo,
weak and vulnerable.
weak and vulnerable.
I have shared your fate as well,
I have shared your fate as well. Hmm,
right? How does
right.
grandmother feel when she listens to her grandchild?
think she's feeling very for I think for the first time I'm feeling a lot of care coming from her.
Yeah. So can you breathe into that care and for a moment look at your grandchild and say, dear child, this is my fate. Please leave it to me.
Dear child, this is my fate. Please leave it to me.
Hmm. So are you willing to leave it to her?
Yes.
So look at her for a moment. Just look at her. And through your heart, you may not have to speak it aloud. Through your heart, just tell her that I will honor you. Hereon, I take you in my heart. And to honor what you went through, I will live a full life. It doesn't matter whether I walk solo or I am together. I will walk and I will live a full life. So allow yourself to embrace that full life.
Yes.
And I'm simply going to put father, although there are other siblings, I'm not bringing there in order to just uh, not have confusion. Uh, and I'm simply going to put you here now so that you can feel the energy that this woman survived.
Right.
Father still had his calmness,
Hmm.
and you still can live a full life as a strong daughter, granddaughter of this lineage. I simply want you to feel the support, knowing the whole backstory behind, so that you are able to march forward. This is no longer required. So I will simply want you to march forward, having integrated both the parts of you and knowing that you can live a full life. And simply open your mouth and take in the final image. We allow people to take in the final image of the constellation from behind to ahead, so that people can use this final image as an anchoring image, as a healing image. So I simply want you to anchor it and use it as a healing image, and take it in, breathe it in, feeling the support.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to turn my camera around. So how do you feel, Garima?
I'm feeling very light,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't tell you I was facing this middle back में strain था from
Mm,
last 4 to 5 days.
support. Yeah.
It's gone.
Wow. Great. Great. So all you have to do is be present in the constellation and just take in the final picture. Okay.
Yes.
So we give it some time. We give time to see how the constellation affects you in the next 30 days or so, because it does take some amount of time.
Yes.
And then we see how things unfold for you. Okay.
Right.
But you did have clarity and insight, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
then. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, God.
Thank you.